2. Welcome. Tonight I am recording videos uh, of the Overextended Tuesday tournament hosted by Raven or Gavin Verhey. I will be playing Monoblue 12 post. And I'll post a link to the deck list in the YouTube channel, but it's basically a bunch of islands. The Cloud Post, Glimmer Post, Basua package, one Bojuka Bog, 4 expedition maps, then 4 Trinket Mages, which give me a Trinket Mage package for tutoring, which include the expedition map, Pithing Needle, and Chalice of the Void. Then we got some acceleration in the form of 3 signets. I played 3 different signets just to avoid a Phyrexian Revoker. Used to play just one, but I got revoked once, and I only care about the blue mana. I'm not playing any secondary color tonight. 1 Oblivion Stone, which is basically my 4th All is Dust. There are certain situations that come up where you want the Oblivion Stone instead of the All is Dust. Namely, if you're under a Gaddock Teague, you can't cast All is Dust. If you are playing against Affinity, which sometimes can have permanents in play that are not colored that are bad for you, such as Cranial Plating or Ravager or Signal Pest. So for that reason, I played the 1 stone main instead of the 4th All is Dust. Some players play a Karn, but Planeswalker. But first of all, I don't have one yet, and I wasn't gonna buy one for this tournament. And I need board sweeper, and Karn is not a board sweeper. It's just a pinpoint removal. So I decided to go against it. Then my card drawing suite, I've replaced Thirst for Knowledge with Fact or Fiction. The mana cost really was seldom important, and I just want to draw cards. And Fact or Fiction is one of the best card drawing spells ever. So I stuck with that. I've cut 3 Time Warp. Time Warp is just a great all-purpose card. If you're behind, it gives you an extra land drop turn. If you're ahead, it's just really crushing to have so much mana. It's just a good card. The mana cost is not difficult to get on, say, even turn 3 with a little luck, turn 4, so that's good. Then just changed a little bit. I've still running Emrakul, Kozilek, and 1 Wormclaw Engine. The Eldrazi are just my finishers. I want Emrakul's the obvious all-star. Very difficult to lose after you cast him. Kozilek is just a good Eldrazi. He draws you cards, and he's the cheapest one. The argument to be made is whether you want to run Kozilek or Ulamog. The situations where you want to go get Kozilek instead of Emrakul is when you're mana constrained. For that reason, I like to have the Kozilek because I'm just that 1 mana might be the difference. I might not be able to get to 11 for Ulamog, but if I need to get to 10, that's what I need to get to. Then the last finisher tonight is Consecrated Sphinx. There's been an uprise in control decks, and it's pretty good when you draw basically 2 extra cards and then they have to remove them. The rest of my deck is my X spells. Condescend, great counter spell. The scry ability is also relevant. I don't feel shy to just condescend for 0 just to scry. Think of it in that sense, it's like a bad instant speed preordained, but hey, happens. And Repeal, which is the removal spell of choice in this deck. As far as the sideboard tonight, there's some obvious inclusions. Chalice of the Void to complement the one that's main deck, great against combo decks, self decks, burn decks. Trinisphere, same thing. The Living End deck is really good in the format. 2 more Oblivion Stones, again for the matchups that I mentioned earlier with the first Oblivion Stone, and just it's a board sweeper. It kills Planeswalkers. It's really important. Down to 2 Hercules Recall tonight. Didn't play against Finn last time, and it doesn't seem to be as popular as I thought it might be. But it's a bad matchup, so I need there. 2 more additional Pithing Needle, Really important if your opponent is running Tectonic Edge. But otherwise, it's just a great card. Especially when you have Trinket Mage to go get it. And then the one relic of Progenitors. The Dredge deck's been nerfed quite a bit in the format, but it's still good. Then you also got things like Living End, so it's a necessary deck. The second Wurmcoil Engine in the board is basically for the aggro matchups. You just don't have time to get to, say, Kozilek or Emrakul. You just want to bring in this guy because he'll get you back in the game as long as you're not close to dead. And my special tonight is 2 Reveries. The Eldrazi 12 post decks, whether it's Monoblue, Blue-Black, Blue-Green, have become a little popular, and that matchup is really silly if there's no technology for it. So I'd run the Bribery just because you can just get someone good if you bribery them, their Emrakul. Or even just something else. If maybe they have it in hand, then just all you get is Primeval Titan to ramp you up, but whatever. That's my deck tonight. 4 rounds. Hopefully it does well. And stick around and watch some games. Thanks for watching. Welcome. This is round 1 of the Overextended tournament. Hand's not that exciting. We've got 3 land, so I'm gonna mulligan. This hand, while not incredibly better, is still better. Got some action. Start with my Cloud Post, and again, basically now I turn on my Locust. Right, my opponent starts with a turn 1 Godless Shrine, so I'm gonna put him on some kind of creature deck. Black-white creature deck. Junk, for example. If he has a 2-drop, a Condescend. Oh, maybe it's Rock. What do we have here? Screwdriver Elder. I actually want to Condescend this. Again, the point being that my deck wants to be the mana ramp deck. And alright, so this bottom, put on top. Now I can get my first start getting more Locust into play. Be right back. And back. Alright, next turn. Obviously want to get the Cloud Post, if possible. Alright, Meridian Score. So, alright. Alright. Oh, excellent. Now we get a repeal. And the following turn, I'm going to want to Time Warp if possible. He's adding counters to Meridian Score. For those of you not familiar, here's the zoom. Add 1 to your mana pool, put a charge counter, and remove a charge counter. Alright, so 4 mana. Let's see what he's got. 2 green. Masked Admirers. Interesting. I don't really care about them. It's just a dude, and I don't care about the cards he draws. It's just keeping the mana advantage here. Ooh, all his dust. Excellent. Alright, so I've got 2 sweepers in hand. Masked Admirers probably means he might run Vengevine. But for now, actually, yeah, just go ahead. Time Warp, get my extra turn, land, get another card. What I really want to see here as soon as a Fact or Fiction. Or, Signet's not horrible. Getting to the point where I have a lot of mana, even if I don't draw another Cloud Post. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So all his dust is already online, and I just want to sandbag these cards. Don't want to 1-for-1 a Masked Admirers. It seems pretty terrible. Plays at Plains. I'm sorry, man. But I don't like this mix matching Ravnica Plains with the full art Zendikar Forest. 2 white. Let's see what he's got. Gideon Jura. Alright, so that's worth all his dusting. Needless to say. I could just bounce it, I guess. I think I am going to return the Gideon to his hand. I just need to see cards, see more cards, and try to get ahead. Oh, alright. And I should have a spicy neck. Actually, there's no reason to not factor fiction right now. Actually, alright, here's the scoop. You want... there's a lot of cards I can draw. So I want to make sure to keep one Cloud Post untapped in case I draw another Locust and say Time Warp that I can cast. Oof, look at this. That was pretty awful, to say the least. But actually, Trinket Mage is good. The only card I want here is a Trinket Mage that lets me go get Exploration Map to go get Eye of Vugan, and with Eye of Vugan, then I can go get Emrakul and win. Alright, so Trinket Mage it is. Now the question is, do I want to cast the Expedition Map now? I think I have to. There's no point. I think it's more likely that he has some kind of hand disruption than that he has something I can deal with it right now. I mean, we know. I mean, he probably thinks he wants to cast a Gideon. We'll see what happens. Trinket Mage is already kind of annoying just because I can block the Admirers for a turn. And let's count some mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, really, if I play another island. So, very good likelihood I'm just going to cast the Eye. Or not cast, but play the Eye. And here I obviously block. There's no value in not blocking. Go ahead and pop the Expedition Map. Yes, I can be right back.